He was like a really nice guy, like a very good guy.
So what was wrong with the relationship?
I guess we were just too different.
Like one of you liked avocado, the other one liked tomatoes?
Kinda.
What was different? Welcome to Unattainable. Glad to have you with us and hope you'll continue to be a part of our family for the foreseeable future. And if so, please hit that subscribe button. You can watch and listen to our show on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and all the other platforms. Today, we have a very special guest here, Anastasia.
Hello.
Welcome. Hi. How's it going?
Going good.
How's your day?
Busy. But I'm glad I'm here.
What did you do?
I replaced my friend at babysitting, so I've been sitting with a 4-year-old boy.
How long have you been doing that?
Just second time.
Okay.
I
Do you
don't
like
do
kids?
it usually. I'm not really a kid person, but but the little boy is kind of cute.
Well, that's good. Do you want to have kids?
Maybe.
You're not sure yet?
I'm not sure yet. I think I want to adopt a kid one day, but
You don't want to have your own.
yeah, I'm kind of scared of being pregnant.
Why?
It's scary. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I wouldn't have to.
Well, it's kind of weird that.
I wouldn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
So
good for you. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day, with the right person, we'll change our mind.
So as of right now, you don't.
Yeah, right now, no.
Okay. You want to live your life.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't want to say the millennials, because millennials, maybe like the end part of millennials, like the younger ones, they, and definitely Gen Z, they don't want to have kids, which is, well, a lot of them do. I mean, some do, but
Yeah, I think most of them.
yeah, I feel like a lot of people I talk to are like, oh, not yet, not at all, not right now. We'll see.
Maybe after 30.
Yeah.
5.
Well, that's gonna be a little late, no? You would have to like freeze your eggs and stuff.
I think it's still possible.
Yeah, but
for
the
one
chances
kid,
of, Sure, but the chances of the kid kind of having certain issues goes up after. I think it's like after 37 or 36 or something like that.
Yeah.
But that could change.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Everyone's different.
Yeah. Are you currently in a relationship?
No.
Single? Why did you say no like that? Are you like not sure? Or is it like complicated? Have you been dating someone?
Just kind of starting to see someone. So it's not like I'm in a relationship. But
How many dates have you been on?
I was not counting. I don't know. 7, maybe, around that.
How are they going?
Pretty well.
Okay. So it's
Yeah.
not too bad.
Yeah, he's a
It's
good
like,
guy.
okay.
So, I don't know. We'll see.
Interesting. 7 dates. Pretty well. So you could potentially become your boyfriend at some point in the future. How long has it been?
Like a month. I think we started like hanging out a month ago.
1 month ago?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. 7 dates in 1
Yeah,
month.
we've been seeing pretty often.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, I guess he
pretty
likes
good.
me.
What I guess. Where have you been going? Like out to restaurants and stuff, or just like hang out at home?
Different things. Yeah, to the restaurants, at home, on the hikes.
Is he Russian?
No, I don't date Russian guys.
Oh, is that right? Why?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of not interested in them anymore. Ever since I've learned some English, I kind of stopped dating Russian guys at all. Yeah.
So you're too good for them now.
I don't know.
What if the Russian guy can speak English too?
Well, I guess the Russian guys that live in the US, they do can speak some English,
Sure,
right? But
yeah.
they mostly hang out with like Russian people too, and I don't like that.
You don't want to hang out with Russian
No,
people.
I don't want to like hang out only in the Russian company, you
Right, right,
know?
right. Sure.
Yeah, and that's very common that Russian guys, they don't really diversify their friend circle.
I think every culture is like that, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. The Persian culture is the same.
Yeah.
Um, Asian culture is the same.
Well, I like hanging out more with American people, so
Right.
yeah.
How long have you been here?
2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, first time I came to US like 8 years ago, but I was just like traveling, you
Sure.
know, and 2 years ago I moved here.
So the first time you came, you were like, okay, this is where I want to go to. Or like
No,
move to, or no?
no. First time I came to DC and like New York, and I didn't really plan on moving.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I didn't really like it that much, but
Got it.
when I came to LA, I was like, that's it. I'm in love. I gotta move. So I did.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So you don't like New York, but you like LA.
Yeah, I love LA.
Hmm.
New York is kind of okay now. I've been there a couple of times since then, but yeah, LA is where I like the most.
You model,
Yeah, I do.
and did you? So is LA a better fit for you as far as modeling is concerned? Then, because you're pretty tall too. So how tall are you?
I'm 5'8".
Okay, yeah. I mean,
So yeah.
you're tall.
Yeah. Well, when I just came here, I didn't plan on modeling. It just kind of came along after, because I was like, okay, what do I do? Because in my country, I've got like marketing degree, and it's not like you cannot apply your Russian degree here in US. Plus, I was not really that interested in marketing,
There
you
it
know.
is. There it is.
So I was like, okay, maybe I can try modeling, and I tried, and it went well.
Mhm.
So I've been doing it ever since. So, yeah,
How long have you been modeling?
pretty much since I moved for 2 years.
So you
Yeah.
never modeled in Russia?
No, I
Okay.
didn't. Mm-mm. I thought like I'm too fat, or I've got
Really?
like tattoos, or I'm not pretty enough, you know.
Wow.
But
Well, I guess in Russia, if you're looking at all the other Russians,
yeah, you're like, oh, no, I'm good. I'm good.
how many relationships have you been in?
Whoa. Well,
Okay, so let me tell you
Many?
let me tell you what I consider relationships.
okay.
Anything after 18, nothing under 18.
Well, my first relationship started when I was 16, and it lasted for 4 years. So I do consider it
I
being very
count that,
serious.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Especially because it's that long.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that was the first
And
one.
it continued after you were 18, so yes, that counts.
Okay. Yeah, it was pretty serious. I think. Yeah.
Okay, so that's
there
one.
were like true emotions. Then I dated around. Like I had some relationships that lasted like 4 months.
Mhm.
You know, many of such. And I also been in like 2.5 year relationship, which I was engaged, but nothing worked out after. So yeah.
How long after you got engaged did that end?
Well, it was kind of like a long distance relationship, and the like it was very weird that that person proposed to me, because we were like almost broken up a week before that, and
Mhm.
then he proposes, and I'm like, I don't know what should I do. Like, well, I did say yes, but at the end it just didn't work out anyway. So
Okay, this is
Maybe
fascinating.
like-
This is fascinating to me.
maybe like 6 months I was engaged.
Okay, all right. Let's. Wow, this is interesting. It didn't even take that long.
Yeah.
So, Okay. So did the relationship start as a long distance relationship?
Yeah.
Okay. Year and a half you were in a relationship with the guy. Or 2
Two,
years. 2
yeah, like
years.
2.5.
Well,
Yeah.
2.5 total. But 2 years
Yeah.
you were in a relationship.
Yeah.
And then at what point did you guys, how long were you broken up?
Broken up?
Uh-huh.
What do you mean broken up?
So you said you broke up before he get, or like you were
No, we almost, like, we had a lot of issues in our relationship. So,
uh-huh.
yeah.
So,
I don't know.
So 2 years you were in a relationship, had a lot of issues,
Yeah.
and then he proposes,
Yeah.
and then you say yes
Yeah.
to a long distance relationship.
Well, at that point, we already lived together.
Okay, so he wasn't a long
So-
distance relationship.
Well, it was long distance for like 1.5 years.
Okay.
And then, yeah, we lived together. So,
Oh, so you were living together for a year when he proposed.
like 6
for 6
months.
months.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
for 6
like
months.
6 months more.
Uh-huh. And so 1 year of that you were living together, and you still had the same issues that you had when you were in long distance.
Actually, we got more issues.
So-
Like when it was a long distance, there were not really much issues.
Uh-huh.
But when we were
When you
living
moved in
together,
together, yeah.
there were much more issues.
So why say yes?
I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't know what to do because he was like a really nice guy, like a very good guy.
So what was wrong with the
And-
relationship?
I guess we were just too different.
Like one of you liked avocado, the other one liked tomatoes?
Kinda.
What was different?
Well, definitely we were from very different cultures.
Okay.
And yeah. And we had like very different views and values. Even though he was like a very family guy,
Mm-hmm.
which is good. But
You
Just-
like monogamy.
yeah, I would say yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With the right person. Because, you know, if you like meet not the right person, then it's kind of not gonna work out long term anyway. But with the right person, yeah. You don't get me?
So if the person is not the right person, then you don't have
Yeah.
to be monogamous.
Well, I guess you'll just not wanna be monogamous with not the right person. Because you'll always feel like there is something else. Like this is not the one, you know?
Yeah, but if you don't, okay, most people don't go into the relationship thinking to themselves, well, I'm just gonna like figure out if I like to be monogamous or not. Like if you go into a relationship, like if the guy that you're dating right now.
I mean, like it takes time to find the person you want to be monogamous
Sure.
with.
Well, yeah, but if you're dating somebody, like you're dating somebody after 3 months,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Or even after the first month, like you could, like I could, if I'm dating you, I would have a conversation and be like, hey, I don't want you to see other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Yes, we're still figuring, like we're still dating, but I don't want you to see other people. If you're seeing other people, then that doesn't work out for me.
Yeah.
Then you have to decide whether that works for you or not, and say
Yeah.
yes or no, right?
Yeah, true.
So, do guys not have that conversation?
Yeah, they do.
So what do you say?
Well, if I feel like, yes, I want to be with that person and like this might be the one,
Uh-huh.
then okay, yes. Why would I see other people?
But if you're unsure, then why don't you just like cut it off and stop wasting your
Yeah,
time?
well, that's what I do. That's what would I do pretty much at the beginning.
Uh-huh.
Because I don't really like to like seeing a couple of people at the same time. It's
Got
like
it.
too much time consuming, you know.
Uh-huh.
So one a little bit, you see if it works. If it doesn't, like okay, let's try with another one. I would say like maybe months. You give it like a month. And then just keep looking.
Keep looking.
for the one.
That's funny. Is that what you're trying to find? The one that you're gonna marry for good?
Well,
First of all, before you answer that, how long
okay.
ago was this the one that you were engaged to?
What do you mean? How long it?
Like, how long ago did you end that? Is that the latest relationship you had?
The longest one. But no, I did date people after that.
Okay.
Yeah, because yeah.
So how long ago was that? Like, how many years ago?
Oh, we broke up like 1.5 years ago.
A year and a half ago, you guys broke
Yeah.
up, and then you've been sort of like dating and seeing people
Yeah.
in between.
I did actually fall in love after that. Pretty much right after that. And I thought it was the one. But it wasn't. Because he decided that I'm not the one, I guess.
How long were you guys dating?
4 months.
When did you realize you fell in love?
Very fast.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that wasn't love?
I don't know. Maybe it was just something very toxic. Like obsession.
Affection, obsession, yeah.
Maybe.
I think there's a lot of confusion with people trying to understand the difference between falling in love and what love actually is in comparison to all the other feelings that we get for people around us.
Mm-hmm. But it was definitely something different and very intense on an emotional level.
What was so intense about it? Okay, I guess another way I could put that question is, how do you think he is different from everybody else you've dated?
Something about the energy, you meet
Your
people
chemistry.
and
Mm-hmm.
you just like their energy.
Uh-huh.
It's different. It's not about like how they look or what they say.
Right.
Just about the feeling.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
There's certain level of chemistry we have with some people because of the frequencies that we live on.
Mm-hmm.
And so he sort of matches sometimes. So he broke up with you and then he said what? I don't feel like...
No, I think he felt the same way. Well, at least that's what he told me.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was more like, yeah, I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you too, but we gotta break up. I'm like, okay.
Oh, you didn't even fight for it?
I did.
Oh, okay. So you didn't
For
say
a
okay.
little bit.
Okay.
But then, like, I just found out that he lied to me, so I was like, well, I'll go.
What did he lie about?
Well, it's private.
Okay.
But, yeah. What can guys lie about?
Out of cheating, I suppose?
Pretty much.
Okay.
That was very weird.
What was? That he
the
lied?
entire story. I
Uh-huh.
don't know. It just started very fast and it like ended totally unexpectedly.
Right.
So it was kind of very weird. But
People are confused.
yeah.
They don't know what they want,
Yeah, they totally don't know.
you know?
That's true.
A lot of people lack self-awareness. And it carries with everything else they do in life.
Mm-hmm.
And it affects everybody else in their life.
Mm-hmm.
So the question I always ask myself is, do I know what I want?
Do you know what you want?
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Do you know what you want?
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite? Like, if you could, 5 things you could point out for a perfect guy that you would want to be with, what would that be?
Well, the thing is that I've been with the perfect guy, but it was not, it was not it. And then I was not with the perfect guy, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
But if to think like what the perfect guy is, then
Well, what does that say about? What does that tell you though about yourself?
about myself,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what. That I'm relying on my, I don't know, just feeling, like the feeling, the impulse towards the person too much, or I don't know.
What you think you want is not actually what you want.
What I think I want is not actually what I want. I don't think so.
How else would you describe it? If you found the perfect guy,
Yeah,
which is what you thought you wanted,
yeah.
and then you found the imperfect guy, which is completely the opposite of what you wanted.
Well, it's not like complete opposite, just a little
Somewhat
bit
opposite.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one made sense. The imperfect one made sense. And the perfect one didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that contradict the list of things that you thought you wanted?
Maybe just sometimes you don't know for sure what you want, or you're not sure that you're gonna like certain things that you think that you don't like right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
And that happens often, though.
Yeah, maybe.
But that also happens with everybody else you encounter.
Mm-hmm.
So a guy thinks they want something,
Mm-hmm.
and they experience it, and then they realize, oh shit, that's not what I thought I wanted.
Well, it can happen with anybody.
Correct. Unless you know yourself very well.
Takes time.
And mistakes, for sure. 100%.
Yeah.
And experience.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's important to be honest. So
Yeah.
going into a relationship saying, hey, because people don't tell you what they actually think. They don't tell you the thoughts that they have that might hurt your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the most important thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I tell you, I think I like you, but I'm not completely 100% sure.
But you're not gonna say that you're not 100% sure.
Exactly.
Then why to say that you like me?
Exactly.
You gotta be sure about it.
Mm-hmm. But people think that they need to say things to satisfy the other person's feelings or emotions.
I never thought about that. I've never done that. Who would do that?
Everybody does that all the time.
No,
Literally,
don't.
everybody does that all the time.
I don't.
That's good.
It is.
That's actually not true, though.
Why?
Well, you engaged the guy you didn't want to engage.
True.
And we all do it at some point,
Yeah.
you know. But as we grow, I think it's important to recognize the ones, the times that we did do those things.
And just like, why wouldn't you engage a guy who is like perfect and truly cares about you and loves you? You know?
What's the answer?
I don't know. I think many people would say yes and just stay there. You know? Like, you're with someone who really cares about you
Mm-hmm.
and loves you.
Yeah.
And you're like okay with it. why not to stay? Why to go out there looking for true love and then get hurt and end with nothing when you can just end up with someone who will be there for you always? You know?
I do know. Yes.
So that's why I said yes.
Because you thought that's what that was.
Yeah. Yeah, but then I just couldn't do it. So
you ended it.
mm-hmm.
Do you ever think to yourself that you made a mistake?
No. Maybe that made a mistake saying yes, but not that I ended it.
Because you weren't in love with him.
No. And I think that he deserves to be with someone who is in love with him too.
Mm-hmm. Were you at any point in love with him?
Maybe at some point. Yeah.
Maybe at some point, or you were?
Yeah, at some point.
You know for sure that you were in love with him.
Yeah, but yeah. In love. But then it was more like I still love him, but like as a person, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just like someone I care about, but not like as a man I would wanna live my life with. So
do you think that perhaps if you worked towards staying in love with him or remaining in love with him or finding that love again, that you could have made it work? Mm-hmm.
But how can you do that?
It takes work.
I'm not sure that was possible.
It is possible. Because marriages that last a very long time experience the same exact thing. You couldn't possibly think to yourself that people who are together for 40 years never fall out of love.
Yeah, but at some point they were truly like madly in love with each other, you know? And I was just like a little bit, kinda. Maybe it was more of like attachment because you like spend a lot of time with the person,
there you go.
You know?
I think that's the better way of saying it, because I think people confuse those emotions, like I said before. And I think it's important to recognize whether you are actually in love with someone or not.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not, and if you didn't think you were at any point, then correct. There's no point of being with someone just because they're good for you.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people like the idea of falling in love.
Mm-hmm.
And so they, as soon as there are certain feelings that surface, they want to call it what it's not. Because it sounds more romantic than otherwise.
Yeah, well, yeah, it does. But it's not actually that easy to fall in love. I don't know how people do it that easily.
People don't do it that easily. They just don't know what it is.
You think?
Yeah. They say they're in love, but they're not.
Why not?
Because of the same exact reason of why you said that you thought you were in love. They catch feelings of some sort, attachment, attraction. There's multiple different feelings that you could have for someone that's not love.
Well, yeah, it takes some time to be fully sure that you are in love with someone. Because, 1 week you can feel like, yes, I'm in love with that person. And then another week you can feel like, no, probably not. If it's not a true feeling.
Yeah, correct.
It happened to me many times.
If you actually fall in love with someone, it doesn't go back and forth like that. But also, when you meet the right person,
Mm-hmm.
falling in love is not as difficult as you think, because it happens
No, it's
naturally
not.
and normally.
Yeah.
And also, you kind of know
Yeah.
from the very beginning. You kind of know.
Yeah. For sure.
But you also have to know yourself so well to be able to differentiate the feeling of attraction
Mm-hmm.
in comparison to something that's more real, that either you've never felt before, or most of the time you've never felt before,
Hmm.
in comparison to all the other things that could possibly be forms of attraction,
Mm-hmm.
admiration, or obsession.
Well, for me, like friendship is very important in relationships. So, like, yeah, there can be attraction and all those things, but if you cannot like spend time as friends with each other, then
Mhm.
it's just not gonna last. Anyway, I would say I fell in love with like a friend. If like a guy becomes my best friend, then I can like develop some feelings. That's what it is.
Attachment.
You think?
Yeah. And I think that's the one thing you probably will have to work on.
Oh,
Really? Okay, I think
I've
you're
been working on it. I've
on it,
actually been
but
working on it.
I'm not saying it in a way of like fix it. That's not what I'm saying.
Mhm.
What I'm saying is like the recognition of that feeling. Like
Mhm.
when you do have that sort of attachment, think to yourself, okay, what is this I'm feeling right now? Because what you're describing is attachment.
A friendship?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, we could go back and talk about your childhood. I have no idea.
Hmm. I don't think that friendship is an attachment.
I'm not saying friendship is an attachment.
Yeah,
I'm saying the
but
feeling that you develop for a
yeah.
guy who you're friends with, because the way you're describing it is.
No, I can't be just friends with a guy.
Sure. I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying
Yeah.
if you're developing feelings
Yeah.
after what you described as who you're looking for, which is
Yeah.
a type of guy you could be best friends with,
Mhm.
right? And then you're like, okay, after that, I could see myself falling in love.
Yeah, just an Aquarius thing, you know.
Yeah.
We're all looking
Possessiveness,
for a friend.
obsession. Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, it's interesting to me because every person has their own way of how they describe love.
Mhm.
It's most of the time what's important to us that sort of pops out as the main factor for what we would consider as falling in love. But most of the time we don't know what it is.
Mhm.
So it appears to be falling in love. But in reality it's just something different.
What to do then? How do you figure it out?
That's hard because you can't tell someone exactly what it is.
Mhm.
And also on the other end, people always want to have that feeling. Like people want to fall in love. But the reality of it is most people don't.
Fell in love?
And they think they did or they think they do. You don't think so?
I don't know, I'm confused
What are you confused about?
about this theory.
Okay. Well, think of it this way.
Okay. Okay.
If people actually fell in love, why would there be so many breakups? Why would we end so many relationships if we were in love with all these people?
Well, just
Because it doesn't make that...
they're not very compatible with each other.
that just devalues love. And that just means you could fall in love with anybody for any amount of time at any moment. Doesn't seem that special, does it?
Well, I don't think it's possible to fall in love with just anybody.
I mean, how do people fall in love with multiple people? I mean, they think they do fall in love with multiple people.
I think it depends on the personality.
Well, in this conversation, you fell in love with 3 people at the very least.
Well, yeah, probably only those 3.
It's a lot of people.
No, it's not. I dated like hundreds. There's only 3 out of those hundreds.
Of people.
I've been on many dates. A lot. A lot.
3 people who you couldn't actually stay in a relationship with.
Mm-hmm.
It makes love so pointless.
You think that there should be only one person in your life that you really fell in love with?
I think if falling in love is as special and dreamy and powerful as people make it to sound, then it should last longer, shouldn't it?
I don't think it ever stops. Like, I can say that I still love those people that I loved before.
Are you in love with them?
No, I'm not in love with them, but I loved them.
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about, though. We're not talking about loving. I could love my, I don't know, pillow. I mean, that's not the same thing. I'm talking about being in love, actually in love.
Well, who knows if they would be like next to me right now. Maybe I would feel in love again. But I don't know.
But if true love
I don't know.
was something that you felt, they wouldn't have to be next to you in order for you to feel it. You could feel it from anywhere in the world.
But time passes, you know? You forget. It just all shades away. In time. Long time.
So is time more powerful than love?
Probably.
That's really sad.
Maybe it's not.
Maybe it's not sad.
Maybe it's not more powerful.
I don't think it is. Hence why I don't think most people experience it.
Then it's gonna be very sad because I'll never fall in love again. What if I already met the love of my life as I thought it was? So, that's it.
I highly doubt it.
See? So there is another chance
No, sure.
to fall in love again.
I'm not saying no, but you're saying fall in love again. I don't think you ever fell in love to begin with.
I think I did.
Was that the very first one?
Well, yeah, we were very in love. Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, yes.
But is that the one
Yeah.
you're referring to?
No.
Okay, the second one. So you were in love with that one, you think. Are you sure, apparently?
With the first one?
Uh-huh. So you were in love with that one. And then you were in love with the second one.
With
And
the
then-
second one, just a little bit.
Just a little bit you were in love with. And then the third one you were definitely really in love with.
Yes.
Neither of which were good enough for you to end up with for the rest of your life. But then time passed by, so you forgot how much you were in love. So possibly
Maybe I
didn't forget.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because apparently you were in love with all three of them, and well, the second one a little bit. and
Lol.
and now you're trying to figure out if you could find a fourth one. Well,
Yeah,
three
but
and a half, technically speaking.
Well, if I cannot be with those ones, of course I'm gonna keep looking for the fourth one now. Because those didn't work.
Hey, I could be
Okay.
wrong. It's very much possible.
Yeah.
For the sake of this conversation, I hope that I am.
Well, okay, I will hope that those ones were not the true ones. It was just like,
So
repetition.
you have a chance. Yeah,
Repetition. Tasting the water
testing so many waters.
before the one.
I always say finding the right person, it's like going through a deck of cards.
Yeah.
You know, you might have to go through,
A lot.
well, either one to find the ace or 48. So it all depends.
Hmm. Definitely takes time.
Why is it so hard for you to find who you want to be with? Because it seems like it's hard for you to find who you want to be with.
No.
Okay, so the hundreds of people you've dated.
I just didn't feel it,
Yeah, so why? What is it that you're trying to feel?
I don't know. Like sometimes you just meet a person and you just know.
I
And then you
understand
meet a
that.
person, you're like, yeah, he's funny and handsome and other things, but not for me.
Hundreds of people?
Yeah.
Hundreds of dates. What's the greatest date you've been on?
Greatest date.
Yeah, like the best one.
I don't think I would memorize right now.
There's not a single date that was the best date you've ever been on?
Maybe there were. But it was, yeah, I think there were. But it was just like a simple date in
Just
a
go to dinner.
restaurant. Yeah, just simple dinner.
What's your favorite
date.
type of date?
I don't know. I do like to do something, maybe even something like active.
Mm-hmm.
That would be fun.
I was telling my brother yesterday,
What?
don't take girls on dinner dates. Ever.
No?
Just the worst thing
Yeah,
you could do.
they can get boring, to be honest.
They
I
are
don't know.
boring. Not just they're boring, they're just fake.
Fake.
Yeah. It's two people sit there
Well-
try to like act all great.
Yeah, most of the time that's what it is. But that day that I remember, it was really great date. And it was a dinner date.
No, it could be, yeah. I'm not saying
Yeah.
all dinner dates would just be terrible,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think they're
I would go
ideal.
to the beach. I love the beach, so I would just like go and hang
Beach
out
or on a
at
boat?
the beach. No, I don't like boats. I get
Okay.
dizzy. So
Good to know.
just in the sand, like walk across the ocean.
Picnic.
Yeah, picnic at the beach. Perfect.
Hmm.
Perfect. Very romantic. The waves. I like to look at the
That's
waves.
tricky though. That's tricky in the
Why?
beginning. Like if you want it on a first date to take somebody on a beach
Yeah, it's
date, not
probably-
knowing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one because like if they
Yeah.
don't like to get all sandy and stuff,
Yeah.
it could backfire real quick. But then I guess
And what if you don't really like the person that much? And you gotta stay at the beach for a longer time.
How long does it take until you could tell if you don't like the person or you like the person? Because if you said yes to the date, you must have liked the person. No.
What if you're going just on like a blind date from a dating app?
I've never been
True.
on a blind date, so I don't know.
No,
No.
I've been to some.
I don't. You're on dating apps, obviously. That's how you've gone on
Never.
hundreds of dates.
No, actually, no.
Is it hundreds or thousands?
No, probably hundreds. No, I've been kind of meeting people in real life a lot. And
Gatherings and
yeah. But dating apps, I don't really like them because it kind of makes me feel overwhelmed to look at those people and
because
just
you get a lot of swipes.
and just figure out by their picture if they're the one or not, and if you're gonna like their energy or not. So it's kind of not really my thing. But I've been to a couple.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Do you not drink?
Yeah, I
Or-
don't drink.
Okay. Because I wasn't sure if it was just like that specific night or you just. in
No,
general
I don't drink alcohol.
Never have or.
No, I did have. When I was 18, like I had a good fun time with my friends.
When did you stop?
Maybe like 4 years ago, 5
Okay.
years ago, 4 years ago.
Why?
Just doesn't do anything good to me. I don't know. Get very bad hangovers next morning. Doesn't matter how much I drink. There are a lot of calories, and and I don't know. Just doesn't really change my life much, and doesn't do any good to my health and body. So just don't. Well, sometimes I can. Like I had a glass of champagne on New Year's.
Okay.
So, on
Yeah, makes
special
sense.
occasions,
Yeah. It's been
you
4
can have a
months.
glass.
Well, that's good. That's good that you have that outlook on it, I guess.
Yeah,
Interesting.
staying healthy.
Yeah. I've never had alcohol. That's why I was asking. Just wondering. why-
Never?
what yeah.
You never even tried?
Correct.
Seriously?
Yeah.
How is it possible?
How is it possible? I don't,
I
you
don't
just
know.
don't. What do you mean? People try to force you and you say no. You know?
People try to force you all the time.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All the time.
Beg, force, beg again,
Trick you into it.
trick you. They tricked me into it.
Yeah.
So, but I think the easiest thing I've ever done was saying no. Because just as quick as that, no.
Yeah.
You know?
Easy.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about it.
Mm.
I don't have to worry about being drunk. I don't have to worry about being hungover.
Yeah. There is nothing. I never saw anything good out of like drunk people. So, yeah. There are a lot of people in my family that likes to drink.
Naturally.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm from Russia.
Exactly. That's funny. Thanks for coming on the show. This went by very quick.
Yeah, I did.
Is that crazy? It's been an hour.
Whoa. I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Of course. Absolutely. Thanks for being open and honest about the hundreds of men who you've been going on dates with.
You're welcome, guys.
Oh, man. We'll have you again on the show sometime soon.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for watching. Adios.
Bye.